All right, time for another reaction there, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to go back to another segment of Hayden Panettiere's investigation and her timely death not too long ago. So it's spreading the internet and it's spreading like wildfire. So I want to cover as much as possible because I'm, like I said, I'm going to dedicate more of my time and energy on anybody who has this problem or allegedly conspiratorially went in another direction. But let's just check it out. New details of Hayden Panettiere's death investigation. TMZ reveals exclusive findings. So you have to use your own discernment and do your own homework and digging. Just like anything else, you know, you can't depend always on just one news outlet. Expand your horizon and try other different avenues or other channels, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and everybody else should doing as well too. So anyway, let's check it out.
With you as we continue to roll on, and you know, it seems every day there is new information coming out on the untimely death of Hayden Panettiere that happened earlier this week, and really the unfortunate events surrounding her death. And then even today, she would have been 37 years old.
Oh, it's her birthday.
You see this post by TMZ saying happy heavenly birthday to the beautiful Hayden. She would have been 37 today. For more on this, let's go out to TMZ right now. Joining me and now with the latest info in just this horrible news that happened this past week. TMZ's Anakin Shev joining us. And Anakin, like every day there's just new information coming in this investigation.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Mike. Thanks for having me. And the newest piece of information that I can give is that we actually spoke with Zach Hickerson. This is Brian Hickerson's brother. Both of them were present when they found Hayden in the process, I suppose, of overdosing. We know how that turned out in a the tragic passing of Hayden Panettiere. Now, the reality, or rather the facts are that Zach, which Zach told us, was that Brian had actually administered Narcan to Hayden when he saw her on the floor. And what makes this fact interesting is that apparently when Hayden and Brian were headed to South Carolina together, they were bringing Narcan with them. Now, this isn't like, as everyone knows, Narcan is not like an EpiPen that you take as a precaution. This is something that you take when you know that either what you're going to be using or what someone might be using is very heavy, very strong drugs that could then lead to, as we now know, something fatal. Now, bringing the Narcan with them clearly is an indication that either they were planning on using drugs that could potentially prove to be fatal, or that one of them was having a relapse and or a desire to use one, maybe struggling with that addiction. So we don't know the exact reason why Narcan was present, but we do know that they brought it with them when they went to South Carolina. You know, you pair that information with the fact that the DEA became involved just a couple of days ago, creating this whole death investigation. I think they're trying to find a drug dealer in the area and put him behind bars.
Yeah, absolutely. And you point out there just having the Narcan available to them. And it's not like you're having, you know, an EpiPen, like you said, or take some more, Tylenol or Excedrin with you for this event. This was something that seemed like they were about to do something serious here.
Absolutely, and like I said, I mean, you pair that information with the fact that the DEA, got involved with the investigation. I mean, even just the fact that there is an investigation is something that we over at TMZ were thinking, well, this is a little odd, because when the cops come and find an overdose, there's usually no investigation. If they found a cause of death and they say it's an overdose, well, then that's case closed. We know that she passed. We know that this was a drug overdose. There's really nothing else to see here. That's not the case with this one. With this one, the cops are digging a little bit deeper, and I do believe that they are likely looking for the source of where Hayden and Brian got the drugs from, and are likely going to put those people to justice, whoever they are. But it is certainly a shocking piece of information that both Brian and Hayden were fully aware and fully bringing, or rather, fully aware and bringing Narcan with them on their way to South Carolina. It's definitely a detail you can't leave out, and of course we all know the tragic outcome of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anakin, lastly, what has the family and friends of Hayden thought of Brian throughout the years? Have they made any mention of him lately as this all came out?
I don't know exactly. I don't want to mislead anybody, so I'm not 100% sure. You can check our website. We have been keeping up with the story extensively. What I will say is that both fans and family of Hayden Panettiere alike are all heartbroken by this. And of course, I mean, Hayden Panettiere, for how short of a life, unfortunately, that she had, she was very influential throughout her movies and TV shows like Nashville, like Remember the Titans. There's so many other titles that are tied to her name. She's survived by a daughter that she had with her ex-fiance Vladimir. This is a person who was unfortunately taken from us too soon. And like you said in the beginning of this segment here, you know, today's her 37th birthday. So, you know, if there's ever any like number you can put on how soon she was taken from us, today's the day. You know, like you realize just how young she was and how tragic of a loss this is.
Yeah, absolutely. Anakin, thanks so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. We really appreciate the updates, as always, from TMZ.
Thank you for having me.
You take care.
All right, so that was an update. So, hey, actually, there's a little bit more.
And everyone, this is the message that Hayden, ex-boyfriend, put out on X and other platforms, saying today is Hayden's birthday. Instead of celebrating the way we had planned, today we celebrate her life, her spirit, and the love she brought into this world. I want to thank all of Hayden's fans, friends, and everyone who has reached out for the incredible outpouring of love and support during this time. At a time filled with so much sadness, your kindness has reminded me that there is still so much good in humanity. If you're reading this, I ask just one thing, even if only for a moment. Think about love, reach out to a friend, forgive someone, be kind. Love is a superpower. Use it. Happy birthday, Hayden. You are loved, you are missed, and you will never be forgotten.
Okay, so that was basically from Hayden's ex-husband or boyfriend, Klitschko, one of the heavyweight champions of boxing. So she definitely will be missed, and it's really hard to comprehend that, you know, a talented girl like that, who has so much to give with her talent, is gone too soon. So, like, I'm going to try to cover this as much as possible, because, like, for some reason, I feel for the whole scenario of the whole addiction drug. I've experienced it through my life and my friends, and who lost their lives, and like I said in my past videos, a handful, more than a handful, and they know who they are. My friends know, who are still living, know who they are. So if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. The party scene is never good. It's good at that time, especially if you're using it, if you're abusing and abusing, and it's really hard to kick it when it's grabbed you by the balls and it won't let go, and you try hard to beat the demon, but the demon overcomes you. So that's pretty much in that terms. It is hard. So, but I know one thing that can beat it: the mighty Lord. So just remember that. You know, I've overcome it. You know, I don't nothing care about it. I don't care two craps about it anymore. Now it's just time for me to relay it to other people who definitely need help in that scenario. Been there, done that there, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who know me, know what I'm talking about. But if you do need help, find the right person who will help you to get to the next step for freedom. That's all I have to say. Bye for now. God bless, Godspeed, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.